Hey, what's going on, Boston? Jonathan from Purely Boston here, coming to you live from Brassica Kitchen in JP for another episode of Boston Eats, episode 32. I'm hanging out with my buddies, Jay and Philip. So thanks, guys, for having me. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Philip. So first off, if you guys don't know about Brassica, if you guys have never been here, they have a super cool concept that it's kind of a kitchen cafe bistro during the day, and then you guys kind of flip it around 4 or 5, shut down for an hour, and then convert it into a bar in a restaurant, right? Yeah. So I love that concept. I think that's super cool. It kind of has like a little like secret, speakeasy, feel to it. So thank you, and tell me a little bit how Brassica first was started and your concept of when you guys founded it.
All right. We started as a pop-up restaurant. So Philip and I met, and we started like a 7-course tasting menu out of a bakery down the street.
Oh, right on.
Like 4 nights a week. And then we moved from there and did, we would do one-night pop-ups. We would pop up in this space. We would pop up. We did 6 months in the north end, 6 months in the south end, and we got a following. And
yeah, the following really is what did it. Like, as the word spread, people, other venues were more willing to host us as a pop-up, and it got easier to find locations.
And for people watching right now that don't know or understand the concept of a pop-up restaurant, what is that?
We were a restaurant with no home.
Yeah,
we had all our shit in a van.
No brick and mortar.
So no brick and mortar. You guys were kind of,
basically just like renting a space for one night, 2 nights, or coming up with some type of deal and doing like one-time only tasting menu that we sold tickets to. So.
And at your early beginnings, how were you guys selling tickets or getting people to know about?
We established a website.
Yeah.
We did a few promotional things that really spread the word. From there, I'm pretty sure it was just like word of mouth.
Yeah.
JP is a small town, and there's enough people here to fill our
How long have you guys actually been? How long has Brassica been here?
We took over this space January 2015.
Okay.
And opened the restaurant side of things, the PM side of things.
Yeah.
June 1st, 2016.
Okay, cool. So you guys have kind of established yourselves in the JP community and established yourself. Awesome. That's really cool.
It was a lot of years of loading a van, unloading a van, being at people's homes or someone else's restaurant.
It's just kind of like a band, but without equipment. You've got freaking blenders and spatulas and frying pans.
We had like a whole fan base for this also, so it was like a pretty interesting opening of a restaurant or whatever.
Yeah.
But, basically everyone that knew about us was just like, okay, finally, there's a space we can go to. So,
that's cool. That's cool. And you guys had the exclusivity factor and the scarcity factor of you guys are only in the space for 3 months, 6 months. Yeah. And I bet it was, packed. It was crazy. Were you guys only doing like dinner? Or were you guys doing lunch and dinner?
No, the pop-up was
just dinner.
It was tasting menu only,
tasting menu,
multi-course, and then as we started to find our voice and then a daily process, which is what happened here, we kind of chilled out a little bit. We stopped with the tweezers and the whole everything has to be perfect, and we kind of found our voice with the cuisine over these last few years.
So what was it? Just years of all of your different concepts that was kind of came together for Brassica?
Yeah, so the way I see it is that the pop-up is what allowed us to focus and do everything 100% top quality.
Yeah.
We spent all the money that we had on the ingredients. And just as we do it once or twice. Spend 30 hours, 60 hours, 2 long days prepping for us.
Especially new customers are coming in and tasting your food for the first time. That's your first impression, right?
That was basically our advertising for years.
Yeah.
And then when we opened this place, it needed to be realistic.
Yeah. I loved it. I loved the vibe. You guys did a great job.
Yeah, it opened up. Having this place opened up a lot of new doors. We got into fermentation and with the goal of zero waste, and that has enabled us, being able to come in every day, has enabled us to use. If we ferment this vegetable, then the brine from that vegetable is used to open the seafood over here, and this is over here. And it's let us create much more complicated and, in my opinion, tastier food than we were able to do before. You know,
while being extremely sustainable.
You know, you forget one thing, you forget one element on one plate, and that was your shot. You're like, God, we forgot the da-da-da, and we can't go back. You know,
it's like a haircut. Can't go back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the zero waste concept is really helpful. It kind of like guides the cuisine.
Yeah.
You know, like we teach our cooks to like pay close attention to what they're putting in the trash.
Okay.
We try to not put anything in the trash can that belong there. You know, so like once you start thinking about produce and ingredients, what am I cutting off of this? What can I do with this? What's the leftover of that? It all kind of runs full circle.
That's really cool.
It's pretty much like the closest way I've been able to like design cuisine. Zero waste.
Yeah, everything on this table that you're about to eat is in some way was created or originally based on a byproduct that somebody else might have thrown.
Wow, that's incredible.
So it drives the creative process. You wouldn't have been able to have that other pop-up. Just wouldn't have, it can't exist. Pop-up's done, all the food's there.
Yeah.
It's done.
A lot of waste.
Even at home,
Yeah.
you know, you cook bacon, you throw away all of that.
Yeah.
You finish the last olive, you toss all the brine.
Yeah.
You know, there's all these things that like you just pay attention to it in a way that like don't get rid of it.
But you guys use that and then incorporate it into your entrees and recipes. Cool.
Yeah, we can take up all your time on that subject.
Well, I'm getting hungry because all this food is staring at me dead in the eye and it's saying, you know, eat me, Jonathan. So let's go. What do you want to start with first?
Let's try this.
Eat ceviche first.
Yeah.
Which is that one right in front of me? All right, so I'll hold it up to the camera as I ready to dig in. So what is this?
So what you're eating is Yellowtail ceviche in a
so Yellowtail ceviche.
Yep, okay. Pretty classic ají amarillo based tiger milk.
Wow.
And on top is it's crispy potato, but it's actually equal parts mushrooms and potato. Which you wouldn't know unless I told you, but the sweet earthiness kind of comes from the mushroom, very subtle like. And then you got red onions and a little bit of caro orange and cilantro.
Wow, all right.
As complicated as we might make it sound, it's actually pretty simple.
Down the hatch.
This is sort of inspired from Peruvian cuisine.
The crispy stuff. Whoop! I'm sorry. I was. What's the crispy stuff on top?
I'm gonna eat with it.
Yeah.
Potato and the gnocchi rosti.
Wow.
Basically, just like fried, shallow fried in the pan.
That's amazing. With the it's sweet. It's a little tangy, but then you get that crispy, crunchy finish.
Yeah.
And you guys create these. You guys create the menu together, right?
Yeah, and it tends to change quite frequently, so we pick things that we know we're gonna have for at least a little
So
while.
where does the thought process come from, like creating menus or your menu? Because
hard question to answer.
We're in the process right now, actually, of flipping the menu. So we're week 2 of like developing new ideas and stuff.
Essentially, one of us has an idea.
Yeah.
The other one agrees or disagrees. If it's an agreement off the rip, then we just talk passionately about this, that, and it comes to fruition. And sometimes on the way to fruition, it completely changes. This waffle here was completely different, but it just ended up as this. And we were like, holy cannoli, that's good.
That was
And if we disagree off the rip, it's almost more fun because we argue and get frustrated with each other, and then we go back and forth, and it's more of a process. And it takes a long time.
More of a fight and a collaboration.
Yeah, it always turns to collaboration. Whenever it's not collaboration, there's something missing. That's what we found in cooking together. We come from totally different backgrounds.
Interesting.
Totally different backgrounds, totally different ways of thinking about this. So when it clicks, it's like, wow, you know?
Yeah.
You know.
Love that.
Complimentary.
Love that.
So next,
Burger?
yeah, hit that burger.
Yeah, hit that burger. Get that hitter. All right, so what we got? So obviously a little like a burger slider. Or a little medium guy?
Medium.
It's it's a 4.5 ounce burger instead of 5.5 or 6 because that is all different cuts of Mishima Wagyu that we dry age.
Oh, so this is like high.
And then we grind it ourselves, and
this is like the Patron of beef.
Anything that's in that burger we would sear and slice and sell as a really great steak.
Wow. And then you guys grind it down and just make the patty.
Yeah,
and
we
stuff.
grind it rough and it's
What else-
killer.
what
On
else is
top
on
of there,
top?
you got Caveman Blue, which is from Roe Creamery. They just won. Best blue cheese in the world, if I'm not
Really?
mistaken, for a cheese that we can't afford. But that's another cheese that they make. And then you have smoked daikon pickles.
Okay.
All right.
Oh. Wow. That's really good.
That's good food.
Really proud of that burger. Yeah.
I eat it like every other day.
Definitely not a burger you'll find at Fenway.
Not yet.
I mean, there's a time and a place, I think, for every burger.
That's great. You got the sesame seeds on there, and that's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna share into that after.
Yeah.
What else? So chicken and
Hit these fat noodles.
Yeah, I would do that.
right here.
Yeah, it has an interesting history, and what I gotta say that the dish originally was inspired by a Chicago restaurant named Fat Rice,
Okay. Fat noodles, right?
called Fat Noodles. The first time I saw them in this way was from Fat Rice in Chicago.
Okay.
One of those guys is from Lowell, right down the street. And what they've done is they've interpreted Macanese cuisine. So the island that the Portuguese had settled while trading from China and Japan hundreds and hundreds of years ago. And this cuisine got created over hundreds of years. So it's like Portuguese influenced Chinese food. As lame as I can get.
No passport required for this, right?
And on here is an XO sauce, standing for extra old, which we make out of charcoal caramelized pork and clams.
Okay.
That's kind of our ode to the Portuguese side of this, is making a Chinese XO out of pork and clams, which traditionally would be a Portuguese
And this stuff
thing.
on top?
And that on top, that's actually crispy salt cod.
Crispy salt cut.
Yeah, it took us like 2 years to not mess that up.
It looks like a work of art in itself.
I get it, yeah.
Very good. Definitely a unique dish.
Yeah.
Now, is all this stuff that I'm eating like kind of your most popular dishes?
Right now,
Yeah.
We kind of tend to change the menu every day.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
Really?
not the whole thing.
Specials, but you guys have like ongoing specials.
Yeah, or like
chocolate
switch
specials.
something out. And,
Yeah.
the dish pretty similar, but switch out.
We fall out of love and we fall in love a lot
With entrees?
with these.
Yeah.
In general.
Yeah. Hey, nothing wrong with that. So what else? And chicken and waffle, right? Chicken and
Yep,
waffle.
get in,
Yeah.
get in.
Not your regular chicken.
So this is not your typical chicken and waffle. Why is that?
That waffle is stuffed with a curried date.
The waffle is.
Yes.
So we need a.
So before it's pressed into it. So first of all, it's brioche.
Okay.
It gets stuffed with the curried date mixture and then pressed into a waffle. That's our house fried chicken.
Waffle stuffed inside.
Yeah, it's covered in like buttered tamari and yogurt that's been thinned out with one of our pepper ferments here and stuffed with
Wow,
dates.
these are wild creations.
That mixture on top is basically like a za'atar mixture that we add like Korean chili and poppy seeds. And
Okay.
some of our roasted kale to kind of make it almost like an everything bagel type for a coffee.
I'm gonna get a little.
Yeah.
A little bit of the waffle. A little bit of chicken. You guys ever get tired of the food? Probably not, because you guys are changing it, like, you know, on the cup every day.
The things that you don't get tired of, you know, are like really good.
That's really good.
Yeah, it is.
That's some good winter, keep me warm and fuzzy comfort food right there. Oh, with the twist. Wow, that's awesome. And then finish it off, what do we got? We got a donut, right?
Yeah.
It's like a
Do we call it a donut or not?
It's like
we call it a Churrona.
A Churrona. Okay.
so it's essentially a churro,
Yeah, that is. It's a
but that is another byproduct from here.
So
That
it's-
it's so good that if we run out of the stuff that we used to make it, we have to make it, right?
yeah.
It started with waste and became something that we just need to have here.
So it's a churro, and then obviously you guys are, you know, making a little donut out of it.
Yeah, so the dough, it's a pate au choux dough. You might know it from eclairs
Yeah.
or cream puffs or whatever. It's similar to like a French cruller
Okay.
donut. We use all of the sourdough scraps from when we slice the bread for the sandwiches. That gets like blended up into almost like a flour, and that's what that dough is made out of. So it has all the aged flavor of the sourdough in there. And then it gets fried to order, tossed in sugar, and then it's
Look at that, dripping with chocolate lava.
chocolate and dulce de leche.
That's incredible. So you said these bad boys sell out like crazy?
So like we were building up the sourdough scrap
Yeah.
so much that we needed to come up with something.
Yeah.
We bake bread for
It's very
sandwiches. We slice the bread. We get the little, and we make all the buns for all the breakfast sandwiches, the burgers, and everything. And after a few days, we say, "Oh, we don't want to sell it, but we can cook it down, add all those sourdough scraps, and we end up with this."
Wow, that's awesome. Awesome, delicious, and creative. Cool. So is there anything we just kicked off 2020 now? Is there anything fun, new, exciting that you guys want to leave with?
Yeah, I mean,
We're basically always in R&D mode, you know. So
Yeah.
The next new thing is always coming. I would say right now,
there's one thing that we're looking forward to this year besides our normal kind of like challenge it, figure it
Yeah.
out, learn new techniques, challenge each other, and keep exploring. But I'd say the one like tangible thing we're really working on right now is Philip and I are going to develop and we'll be offering kind of more exclusive dining experience, kind of omakase style tasting menu. One seating a night, probably maximum 8 people. And Philip and I are going to do everything for it.
Here,
kind of
in
back,
here.
kind of back to
Probably
the
in
list.
here towards the, if it's on a Saturday night, it would be like 9 o'clock.
Okay.
8 people would come in and sit together.
Really
And everyone would eat
exclusive,
the same thing. It would-
VIP,
Yeah.
roll the red carpet out.
It would change every time, and it would be us kind of taking all the limitations, getting rid of all the limitations you have in operating an everyday restaurant, getting rid of all those limitations and doing only the exact cuisines that we want to do that day, without kind of subbing anything, without saying F it on anything. Just this is what we want to do today, and so kind of an ode to what we once were and welcoming what we can be. I guess.
Yeah, that's awesome. And what are the hours here? I feel like this place doesn't close because you guys are doing breakfast, you guys are doing lunch, you guys are doing dinner, and then you guys are doing these exclusive,
Yeah, the coffee
small
shop.
menu options.
Coffee shop opens at 6 a.m.
So 6 a.m. for the coffee shop,
Place shuts down between 4 and 5:30.
4 or 5:30.
Like our whole flip to the restaurant.
Okay.
On a busy night, we might not even get out of here till like 12:31, and then there's a pastry chef that comes in at like 2, basically.
Wow. Yeah,
So it's quick locks for like an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we do brunch on Sunday. It's a really great brunch. But we don't do dinner Sunday night. We don't do dinner Monday night.
Okay. Cool.
So we would take that time.
Cool. Absolutely. You guys definitely deserve it. So, all right, guys. So that wraps up another episode Boston Eats, episode 32. So for some great tasting, unique, mouth-watering food options, both breakfast, lunch, and exclusive menus that you can eat, like the menu options that I was eating tonight, come on down to Brassica at 3710 Washington Street, right here in Jamaica Plain. And that's it for another episode. Thanks, guys.